Hey guys, Chris here for Thomann's Guitars and Basses. Today I want to show you how to select the right rig for a live show. And there's obviously no generic answer. You cannot say choose this guitar and use it with that amp and you're gonna be awesome. It all depends on the situation, on the band, on the type of band and style of music you're playing. There are three options. You play original music and you are free to choose whatever you want. There's no limitation. No one expects you to sound like anyone else. There's the cover band situation, or like a mix, like you play original songs and also a couple of cover songs. In that case, you might be better off going in a certain direction. And there's obviously something like a tribute band where everyone expects you to sound exactly like that artist playing in that band. So in that case, you'll find all the data, all the infos on the rigs that person played. Let's say it's a Kiss cover band, you know what Ace Frehley played, so you choose those type of guitars and amps and everything, and it's pretty safe. If it's about a cover band though, or a couple of cover songs, you are a lot more free to choose whatever works for that song. I've never heard anyone complaining about me not sounding exactly like Richard Sambora when playing a Bon Jovi song or anything like that. You have to respect the original tone and go for something that works for that song or for that band, and it's gonna be awesome. People will appreciate you sounding like you as long as it fits that song. Which brings me to this setup, which is the same setup, well, almost, as what I've been using at this Thomann jam. We went on stage and a couple of hosts from the Thomann music channel joined us, Guillaume and me, and we played two songs, which were the Killers, Mr. Brightside, and Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. Two awesome songs, very different songs, and they require very different guitar tones. So, I use my own rev, which is the bigger version of the D20. This is the D20, it's a 20 watt head. It's way more affordable, way lighter too. And my amp is pretty much the big brother. It's just a 40 watt version of this amp. Same thing for the cab. I've been using a 4x12 Harley Benton with the same speakers. We have the 2x12 here in the studio. This is pretty much the same thing as the studio version of the 4x12. And I use the same guitar and this exact pedal board. You can see the pedal board on the close-up camera. Obviously I have a tuner here. These work great, these pedals, and so we had it around, so I put it on the board. Then the first pedal was really just to boost my second pedal. I didn't use the Archer to make my tone any gainier. It was really just a nice, warmer, clean boost kind of setting, what I've been using. And then the second pedal was the VS Audio Royal Flush, which has a very much Marshall-esque kind of British, creamy kind of distortion. The left side is more gainy, the right side is a little less gainy, and they stack really well together as well. So with this, I have three different gain stages. It's like having three different channels on an amp, just way smaller and way more affordable. And obviously you can stack these. So already this bottom row of the pedal board gives me so many options, even if I just stick to the same guitar. Which is my tally because I know this guitar very well. I know which pedals, which amps will work with it and how it will sound, which is very important, I think, if you are being asked to join a new band or just help out or cover a couple of songs you've never covered before. Choose gear that you know pretty well, because that way you can put your rig together really quickly without any crazy mistakes. And the second row is, well, a delay and a reverb. It's the Castellator Time Trap. It's a very warm and subtle sounding analog delay, like an actual analog delay. And this is the UAFX Golden Reverb, which I had on a plate setting. I didn't go for a a spring reverb tone, because I just wanted this to give me an actual space to sound less direct, which is very important for both songs actually. The Journey song is an 80s song. Guitars were not too dry in the 80s, let's put it this way. So I was going for some sort of a spaciness and sort of washiness. And for the Mr. Brightside lick, it's also quite effects heavy. So I wanted to have these two pedals there to round off the edges of my guitar tone and to make it work for both songs, even though the sound is so different. Let me demonstrate that. I'll play the Mr. Brightside main lick. At the beginning of the song, I'll have the left side of the royal flush on, which is my sort of medium gain crunch tone, and the time trap and reverb, the golden reverb, gives me that kind of spaciness and sort of exciting detail in the tone. So none of these tones are exactly like the original songs, not at all actually, but both sound good enough and exciting enough and thick and rich enough to sound good in that song. So I was able to pull off such different tones with just one guitar that kind of works for everything but still maintains its own character, and just two drive pedals and just, well, a pretty minimal collection of effects like a delay, a reverb, two drive pedals, and a clean amp. It's not a huge deal if you just sound close enough and like great, but in a different way. I think it also adds a little to it, because if I listen to a band playing a couple of cover songs, I really enjoy discovering how they approach it. If they sound any different, how they sound, if it's different, and if I like it even more than if they were just playing as accurate as like a CD, like the original recording would be, because it makes it fresh. So don't be afraid of not nailing every tone exactly like the artist did originally. Just get close enough and enjoy yourself and try to make your tone work for that song or that style. I think that's the nicest part of this whole tone hunting adventure. You guys take it easy. Let me know in the comments below what your approach is in terms of nailing tones and putting rigs together for different live shows. Take it easy. See you next time. Bye-bye.